What happens when a single complaint spirals into a storm of consequences? In the heart of a bustling small-town home goods store, Karen Miller stormed through the glassware aisle, her voice echoing like a siren. She'd been a regular for years, but today, her mission was clear. The store's glassware was cheap junk, and she was determined to prove it. Her loud declarations drew curious glances from shoppers, but no one could have predicted the chaos she'd unleash or the price she'd pay for it. Karen's crusade began weeks earlier when she bought a set of wine glasses that cracked during a dinner party. Humiliated in front of her guests, she blamed the store, Home Haven, for selling flimsy, overpriced garbage. She demanded a refund, but the manager, a soft-spoken woman named Clara, explained the store's policy. Returns required proof of defect, and Karen's glasses showed signs of misuse. Furious, Karen vowed to expose the store's scam and return with a vengeance. Armed with her phone, she began filming herself tapping glassware with a metal spoon, claiming each piece was ready to shatter at the slightest touch. Shoppers whispered as she knocked over a display, sending a crystal bowl crashing to the floor. "See," she shouted, pointing at the shards. "This is what they sell you." Clara, watching from behind the counter, remained calm but firm. She'd dealt with Karen's outburst before, but this was different. Karen was escalating, and the store was packed. Clara quietly instructed her staff to let Karen test the glassware, but to swap out the premium stock with clearance items from the back hold, flawed pieces already slated for disposal. "If she wants to prove a point," Clara whispered to her assistant, "let her do it with the junk we can't sell." The staff complied, subtly replacing shelves with chipped vases and cracked goblets, all while Karen ranted about quality control. Unbeknownst to her, the trap was set. As Karen continued her performance, a new figure emerged from the crowd. Ethan, a quiet regular who worked as a local journalist. He'd been shopping for a gift, but couldn't ignore the spectacle. Unlike the other onlookers, Ethan wasn't amused, he was skeptical. He noticed the clearance tags on the defective glassware Karen was smashing and began filming her with his own phone. "This isn't about quality," he muttered to a nearby shopper. "She's making a scene for attention." Ethan's presence was a twist Karen hadn't anticipated. His calm, analytical gaze unnerved her, but she doubled down, grabbing a teetering stack of plates and letting them crash to the ground. The crowd gasped, and Karen smirked, thinking she'd won. But the confrontation was only beginning. Clara stepped forward, her voice steady but laced with authority. "Ma'am, you've damaged over $300 worth of merchandise," she said, holding up a tablet with a running tally. Karen scoffed, insisting the items were already broken and the store was at fault. That's when Ethan spoke up, his voice cutting through the tension. "I've been recording, Karen. Those were clearance items, ones you didn't even buy. You're destroying property for views." The crowd murmured, and Karen's face flushed. She hadn't noticed the tags or the subtle switch. Her plan to shame the store was unraveling. Clara pressed further, revealing the store's security footage. It showed Karen deliberately pushing items off shelves, not just testing them. The evidence was damning, and the crowd's sympathy shifted. A teenage employee, Mia, who'd been silently cleaning up the mess, added her own twist. "I heard her say she'd break everything to get a free replacement," Mia said, her voice trembling but clear. Karen's eyes widened. She hadn't realized Mia was nearby during her earlier rant. The accusation hit hard, and Karen's bravado crumbled. She stammered, claiming Mia was lying, but the crowd wasn't buying it. Ethan uploaded his video to X, captioning it, "Karen's expose gone wrong store outsmarts her." The fallout was swift. Home Haven pressed charges for property damage, and Karen was escorted out by security, her phone still clutched in her hand. The X post went viral, sparking heated debates about entitlement and accountability. Some defended Karen, arguing the store provoked her by switching the glassware, but most saw her actions as a tantrum gone too far. Clara, ever the professional, offered a public statement. "We value our customers, but we won't tolerate destruction." The store donated the cost of the damaged items to a local charity, turning the incident into a community win. Karen's reputation took the hardest hit. Her social media accounts, once filled with complaints about local businesses, went silent. Friends distanced themselves, and her dinner party story became a town joke. The worst sting came when she tried to return to home haven weeks later, only to find her name on a no-entry list. Clara, with a polite smile, handed her a bill for the damages, now totaling $450 with legal fees. Karen paid in silence, her defiance gone. In the end, the story wasn't about Glassware, it was about consequences. Karen's need for control shattered more than plates. It broke her credibility. Home Haven thrived, with Clara's quick thinking earning her praise online and in town. Ethan's video inspired others to call out similar behavior, sparking a local movement for respectful shopping. As for Karen, she learned the hard way that actions have costs, and not every stage is hers to command. What do you think, was Karen's outrage justified, or did she get what she deserved? Share your thoughts, and let's talk about accountability.